All right, I'm gonna do this. Synchronizing data, please wait. All right, well there we go. So you look right here that there is a warning for the GBD-H2000, and we're gonna go to the GBD-H2000, and it says an important software update is available. And it doesn't say what was there, what's part of the update, but I can tell you that they've added trekking to the GBD-H2000, which is a feature that's on the Rangeman, but not on the GBD-H2000. And some people were upset about that because, you know, the inside of the watch is essentially the, it's pretty much the same watch, different cases, but I'm gonna sync up the GBD-H2000. It's important to hold the watch close to the phone. I've determined that based on some research I've done about the low energy Bluetooth. You don't have a whole lot of range, and so when you're connecting and updating software, keep the watch close. And we're going to see what updates there are for the GBD-H2000. I got a notification that they're adding trekking to the GBD-H2000. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like when you've established the connection, and it says it's going to take about 30 minutes. Okay? It is recommended that you always operate your watch using the latest software version. It is recommended that you update your watch while it is charging using the charging cable. Place your watch near your smartphone and begin the update. The watch cannot be used during a software update. Please set your watch screen to time display. Alright, well it's on time display. I don't have the charger. I think it's in this bag here. So, there we go. Alright, well I guess we better plug it in. A lot of guys do not like the idea of plugging in a G-Shock watch, but here we go, that's what we're doing. So it says batteries charging. That means that we have a good connection with the charger. And so I'm holding the watch close to the phone. I'm going to tap begin update. It says updating watch software. Operation of your watch, this app, and connections to other watches will be disabled during the update. Max time required for the update, 30 minutes. All right, so we'll let that go. Let that do its thing. And I missed a previous update to the GBD-H2000. There was a software update in December that added several different things to the GBD-H2000 and the DWH-5600. One was a GPS reception progress indicator. So when you start an exercise such as running or walking, it's going to use the GPS, or at least on the GBD-H2000. And so there's a progress indicator that was part of this update that was on December 18th. And I did not get that update. During that time, I never got around to it. And so the progress indicator has 4 dots, and they will turn white as the GPS signal is acquired and processed. The second update in that previous update was that lights turn on for some notifications. And the third update is that you can access silent mode. Silent mode will make it that the light won't turn on, nor will any of the sounds for your notifications. Okay. The fourth, this is going to be of interest to some of you guys. The fourth update on that December update was time signal, which is what they call the hourly chime. So you can turn it on through the app for both the GBD-H2000 and the DWH-5600. Now, the DWH-5600 with this update also acquired that feature where the light would turn on when you pressed any button. All right? So that was a update I skipped over. And some guys were so upset that these new watches, like this GBD-H2000, did not have the hourly chime. It was like a deal breaker. Well, the previous update allowed for that, which is welcome to all of us G-Shock diehards. And by the way, it's very hard to explain the appeal of that hourly chime. A lot of people just don't get it, and a lot of people need absolutely no explanation as to why you need the hourly chime. So this progress bar for this updating watch software, you could see that there's no progress on the bar. So I don't know if it's going to take the full 30 minutes, but it says max time required for updates 30 minutes. And like I said, hold the phone close to the watch. I believe this is mostly a hypothesis of mine, but I believe that the data could possibly become corrupted if there's too much distance between the phone and the watch. The Rangeman, the GBD-H2000, is inside. It's the same watch as the GBD-H2000. That's what we've surmised. And obviously the case is different. The Rangeman has mud-resistant buttons. It's a little bigger. It has, the metal buckle, the metal keeper, and it's a bigger watch, right? But it has the heart rate monitor, the 6 sensors, and the GPS, right? Now, the way that G-Shock differentiated these two watches, software-wise, was that the Rangeman has a tide graph, and the Rangeman has a trekking exercise. So when you go to the exercises, you have walking and trekking. Now, walking, is meant to be, when you're walking for an exercise, you're going to be walking for, like an hour or two? Not that long. So trekking is a whole different type of workout that it needs a GPS. I'll see if I can acquire the GPS here. I might have to bypass it. Oh, yeah, look, there's there's a progress bar down there. See? So anyways, the trekking is meant to be for while you're hiking. So it's set up that it doesn't use as much as the battery as a walking exercise would. All right, now we tested the GBD-H2000 and the Mudman in Cap Rock Canyon. Me and the boys went for a hike. So we're going to have to do that again with the Rangeman. Well, actually, I was planning on doing it again with the Rangeman to test that trekking feature, but now they've added that to the GBD-H2000. So we can use either one of these watches to test that trekking feature. So here's an example of the progress bar for the GPS on the bottom, which the GBD-H2000 doesn't come with out of the box. When you update the GBD-H2000 for that feature, this Rangeman already has it. And so, why, a lot of us were not excited about the fact that G-Shock was differentiating watches based on software, because it seemed kind of greedy. I know a lot of businesses do it, but it seemed kind of greedy that, you just can't take the software from the GBD-H, have the same software on each of them. And a lot of us were kind of upset about that, because trekking could, all right, here we go. This trekking workout could be on the GBD-H2000, but it's like, the GBD-H2000 retails at about $400, and the Rangeman retails at about $500. And so it's kind of like they're differentiating the two with software to kind of get more money out of us. And so I'm happy to see that they've added trekking to the GBD-H2000. So when you start the trekking workout, you have the split time running, and you have your pace and the distance you've walked. And sometimes that distance is good to know, because if you see signage that says, Haynes Ridge Trailhead is 5.4 miles this way, then I guess that's kind of a lot. Maybe it's say like 2.2 miles, then you have 2.2 miles to go. You can kind of hit split, hit this back button to split, and then that it can help you when you're hiking, you know. Anyways, so the different screens you have out of the box for trekking, you know, you have your heart rate monitor, your altitude, and your feet per hour that you're ascending or descending. You have the screen which will show your heart rate and what zone you're in, the compass with your heart rate, the altimeter with your heart rate, and the split time rolling down there, sunrise and sunset. And this is like important to know. Like if you're backpacking, you got to set up camp before it gets dark. You got to set up camp, get the fire started, get everything going before it gets dark. And then you have the time of the day and your split time. No heart rate, which is annoying. And I think that you could probably customize these screens. I haven't actually looked at that yet. But if you through the app, you could customize the screens. I haven't even hooked up the Rangeman to the app yet. So checking back in with the phone, it is still updating the watch software, and there's no progress on the progress bar. And it doesn't look like the phone or the watch is hooked up to the phone at all. I'm going to hit cancel, which might cause a problem, but this is the type of impulsive, impatient guy I am. I start, you know, pressing buttons probably when I shouldn't and screwing stuff up. I did that when I updated my Fedora Linux on my ThinkPad the other day. Apparently that you know, when you upgrade your computer, like when you have Linux, it builds the kernel for your what do you call it? The graphics card, the NVIDIA graphics card, and it turned off and it didn't turn on right away. So I turned it on right away, and before it built the kernel for the graphics card. Yeah, I think I caused the problem. Look at that. It's like just spinning in circles, saying please wait. It was probably doing something important. Now it's not letting me cancel. I think it crashed. I'm going to start it over again. All right, there we go. It's reconnecting with the GBD-H2000. So this is like a tough test, but it's not really a tough test. It's an idiot test. Like what happens when an idiot tries to update the software? That's what I'm showing you. Okay, because I got impatient not being able to see the status bar, and so I just started it all over again. That may screw it up. I've screwed up so many computers updating the Linux in that way, just kind of like stopping in the middle of it and trying to start again. All right, connection with the GBD-H2000 established. Go to my watch, and it says connected. All right, now how do we update? View details. Begin update. All right, there we go. Now it is going again. And now it has that screen on, so I know something is happening. Before, that screen was not on, which made me suspicious that nothing was happening. So either you're going to learn from my mistakes or you're going to learn from my ingenious maneuvers. Let's see what happens. All right, yeah, look at, here's a status bar going. Okay, isn't this app technology great? It wasn't working, so I just stopped it and started again, and now it's working. I could have been sitting there for hours with it not working. And you know, like either, like whenever you do something like this, either you're screwing it up really bad or you're fixing it. You'll never know until you do it. That's the way it is with all this computer technology. So there's the progress bar. It's going a lot quicker now. All I did was stop it and start it again. And all this little G-Shock stuff is blinking. So I think the lesson here is that if you don't see this little animation, nothing's happening. And again, take all of my advice with a huge grain of salt because I'm really stretching the limitations of my high double-digit IQ doing all of this, okay? So, you know, we're going to see what happens. I'm not sure that I've even updated the software at all. Maybe I did once, but I did skip over this December update to the GBD-H2000. I just missed it. I don't know. It's just something that I never got around to. You know, if you were interested in a G-Shock that does not have any of this software updates, the Mudman GW9500 is one that is totally unable to update the software. There's no Bluetooth connection, no plugging it in. It is a solar-powered watch that you take out of the box and you put on your wrist, and bing, bang, boom, there you go. You got a watch. It has multi-band 6, so it syncs up time. And here's a subject that we will probably explore more on this channel coming up, which is how accurate is the Bluetooth timekeeping versus the multi-band 6, right? Like, you would think that the Bluetooth sync would be like more accurate, but there could be some delay in the synchronization of the whole Bluetooth procedure. Maybe multi-band 6 is more accurate. Then of course you have the GPS time sync. So there's 3 different types of time syncs that we're going to compare. Coming up, this will be like a huge investigation. Should be a lot of fun if you're a nerd. If not, you can find that video and skip to the end to see what the conclusion is. Anyways, I'm going to stop this trekking workout. We're not trekking, so I'm going to also discard this trekking workout. And so the big advantage of trekking versus walking is that this trekking will ping the GPS coordinates less frequently than in walking in order to save battery, so that during a backpacking trip you can use the trekking feature to keep track of hiking, right? Using walking, the walking workout. Oh, sorry, I have to keep this close to the phone. The walking workout. Let me go back to walking. Will ping the GPS satellites more frequently, giving you a more accurate status in terms of your progress while walking, but that, of course, will drain the battery. I'm going to bypass the GPS by hitting enter, so it's not going to acquire this it will acquire the satellites, but we'll just get it going to show you that the screens in the walking workout don't have altitude or the compass. I think you can add them, but it's just basic walking stuff. Like if you're walking around like a high school track, just walking around the neighborhood, right? It doesn't have altimeter or the compass or your elevation gain, any of that. So I'm going to stop that workout and delete that workout, because we weren't actually walking. We were just sitting here updating the software of the GBD-H2000. Alright. And so one other feature that the Rangeman has that the GBD-H2000 does not have is a tide graph. Alright. So, let me go show you. These are all the widgets, which are the same except for tide graph. Right? So there's the tide right now in Honolulu. If anybody's wondering, that's what it comes preset to. Anyways, I don't know if what other updates will be in this GBD-H2000 update. We'll see. The phone notified me that it would add trekking. Will it add the tide graph too? We shall see. This progress bar is halfway there. Now, I got a comment from a Dinabad. I'm sorry, I know that's not how you say your name. He was already asking me about this update with the trekking, and so he's thinking that adding trekking to the GBD-H2000 may tank the sales of the Rangeman, and that's a really good thought. I mean, like I said, a lot of times companies will make mere software differences between two models in order to force the consumer to pay up for a software feature, which is just a bunch of ones and zeros that you could add to either watch. And having trekking on the GBD-H2000 could cut into sales of the Rangeman, that's for sure. So, I appreciate the fact that Casio is adding trekking to the GBD-H2000, because I do like the GBD-H2000 more than the Rangeman. Some guys aren't going to like to hear that, like P. Parmar, but the GBD-H2000 fits amazingly. It's just so dadgum comfortable. The comfort level is very high. The sweat management on the band is very good. And to me, the Rangeman feels like a meatball on my wrist, a meatball with straps. And it does look cool, and it has, all these rugged, mud-resistant features. But the fit of the GBD-H2000 is so much better. And if I were hiking, I would definitely want the GBD-H2000, because the GBD-H2000 is a watch that you put on your wrist and you forget it's there. And when I wear the Rangeman GPR-H1000, I feel like a lot of times I'm adjusting it and maybe putting it in one more notch or taking it out one more notch, and the metal keeper pinches my wrist, my wrist. So, and then of course, as I've been talking about, I did have problems with the band coming loose, like these screws that hold on the band are loose. So I'm going to send it back for warranty repair and see what they say. But maybe they've internally have realized that there is a design flaw. Maybe it's not just me, as some are accusing. Some are saying that, maybe it's my fault that I caused these screws to come loose. Maybe an internal investigation at Casio, they've discovered that, well, Jim Kinkade was right. And maybe they're adding the trekking on the GBD-H2000 because they want to throw all their weight behind the GBD-H2000. And maybe they might abandon the Rangeman. I don't know. That's just a wild speculation. But it's a question that we have to ask. The progress bar is moving. It is going. We are making progress, slowly but surely. Oh, and by the way, the WS1700, I still have to set that up for the Boston Harbor tide. The latitudinal, what do they call it? Latitudinal difference, or lunatidinal factor. I forget the word. I'd have to find the instruction booklet. We have to set this up, the WS1700, for Boston Harbor, and send it to my brother, so he can test it to see that the tide graph works. Tomorrow's Easter, so I'm gonna be wearing the church watch. This is a brand new one from Casio, MWQ100. Really snazzy looking, fantastic metallic cap. You know how Zoomers say no cap? Well, this one does have a cap. It has a it looks good. It's this bezel looks really nice, really snazzy. But I did scratch it up. It's really scratched up, actually. A lot of scuffs because I put it face down. So the MWQ100, which looks snazzy. If you're going to get this one, I recommend getting a screen protector. All right. The watch software update is complete. The affected watch was my GBD-H2000, and the software version is 12.09.15.0091.04012. Sorry, I messed that up. You can read it. Close. All right. So now let's look at the let's look for the alarms. There we go. Look at it, it's grayed out now. But see, it says signal. Let's turn it on. That's the hourly chime. So now my GBD-H2000 will chime at the top of every hour. All right, so I just updated that. Now, here are the different exercises: running, trail running, walking, trekking, pool swimming, open water swimming, biking, gym workout, interval timer, or other activity. I believe that might be new too. It says other. So other activity, as you can see, has a GPS. Can you see that at the top? There's a satellite. And so you can choose how often the GBD-H2000 will acquire your position during this activity. All right. So a long time ago, someone was asking me about kayaking with the GBD-H2000, like which workout should you set for kayaking? And I don't know where he is now, but I would tell that gentleman to update the software on the GBD-H2000, then use other activity for kayaking. All right. Now let's see if there's any indication about the tide, which it does not have. Okay. So it looks like it's all synced up. So it says that the latest time synchronization was 4:30 p.m. That was 2 minutes ago. And let's see if trekking is on this watch. Running, biking, gym workout, interval timer, pool swimming, open water swimming, trail running, walking. Huh? No, it's not there. Okay, what happened? Why didn't it actually update? It says connected. Do you have to like send it there? It's not, it hasn't changed. Maybe I should just change something and see what happens. Let me update an alarm. Let me just turn on the midnight alarm. Send setting to watch. Settings complete. Okay. Now let's see if trekking is on this watch. Walking, running, biking, gym workout, interval timer, pool swimming, open water swimming, trail running, walking. No trekking. All right. What am I doing wrong? Home. Yeah, okay, so it says new activity functions added. My watch. Trekking is right here on the app. We have all of these things. I'll just add something else. I add pressure. I want to know the pressure while I'm trekking. All right. Let's try it again. Exercises: running, biking, gym workout, interval timer, pool swimming, open water swimming, trail running, walking. All right, it's not there. It's still not there. All right. Guys, I don't know. We're gonna have to make a part 2. I'll have to figure it out. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to figure it out live. It says it's connected, automatic connection, and trekking is here as well as other activity, and you can use 3D distance. Let me just add 3D distance to see if it changes that. And running, no, biking, gym workout, interval timer, pool swimming, open water swimming, trail running, walking. Trekking is not here. It's not here. All right. see if the widgets have changed. I do not see a tide graph, so I was just curious whether a tide graph would be there, but it's not. All right, guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know why the GBD-H2000, it let me down. Very disappointed. There's no such thing. Trekking's not here. I ran the update, as you guys saw. The status bar went from 0 to 100. I still have trail running. No trekking. Trekking's not there. So, just to recap what exercises, you have trekking, running, biking, gym workout, interval timer, pool swimming, open water swimming, trail running, and walking. And so, no trekking. Although, look, okay, it says connected. Alright. Widgets. Which widgets do we want on there? Well, I took off breathing exercise and blood oxygen. I don't need to know that. Maybe you also have to go to here. Phone finder. Pressure trend information. Yeah, I want that on. Send that setting to the watch, please. Alright. Oops. Alright. Now it's just spinning. Alright. Let's go. Display category setting. Oh, here we go. Alright. Trekking and other activity turned on. Send the setting to the watch. Alright. Now let's try. Again. Running. Biking. Gym workout. Interval timer. Pool swimming. Open water swimming. Trail running. Walking. Trekking! Oh! I can trek! I can trek! Woo! Yeah! Oh! I can trek with a GBD-H2000! Yes! 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 Woo! Yeah! All right! Yes! And other activity. I can do other activity. Yes! All right! Did you guys see how high that bounced? Let's see that again. Hold on. It fell on the floor. Let me find it. Where is it? It's right here. Look how high it bounced. This software update allows the GBD-H2000 to bounce higher. It's amazing. All right, watch. Watch. All right, it didn't really bounce that high that time. Anyways, GBD-H2000, look at this. I can trek. I can do other activities. Where's the range man? Where'd the range man go? It's gone. I think it bounced somewhere. I spilled my coffee. Where's the range man? It's gone. Oh, here it is. He's hiding in shame. Range man! You thought before you could trek and nobody else could trek? Wrong! The GBD-H2000 can trek now. It can trek. Show him. No, not running. Not biking. Not gym workout. Not interval timer. Not pool swimming. Show me the trek! Trekking! It's like billiards. I bounced the range man off the table. The range man's hiding in shame. The GBD-H2000. This is a fitness watch right here. The range man's a meatball. There we go. Pretty stoked about that. So right now, the only software advantage that the Rangeman has is tide graph. So all of you surfer dudes or fishermen may still be interested in the Rangeman, right? But trekkers, this is the watch for you, for trekking. Or you can still trek using the Mudman GW9500, but you know, it's not going to calculate your distance. It'll tell you the time. You'll never have to worry about plugging it in. Anyways, gentlemen, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through him. I'm Jim Kinkade. Thanks for watching.